Shalom Israel. First and foremost, we give all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh B'Shem El Shaddai, B'Shem Kakadash, the born apostles and elders of Great Millstone, teaching us this truth, peace and blessing to afflict Israel, and Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in ancient Hebrew. B'Hashem means the name, Yahweh Shai is the name of the unbegotten Son. Back in the lesson, and today I'm going to the dietary law that we have and that we're supposed to keep to the best of our ability, because we are in captivity and we're not able to keep the laws, statutes, commandments to its 100%. You have these devils putting unclean animals and unclean things in the foods that we eat, the things that we drink. Even the air is dirty, man. Once again, just goes to show how wicked these devils are and how they're continuously trying to make us sin and go off, ultimately destroy us. But even our people, 2/3 will ultimately be destroyed for their wickedness, man. Our people will be warned of what they're doing is wrong. They'll be corrected. They'll be rebuked, and then they'll continue on to do whatever they want, telling that we have a dietary law that we're supposed to keep and to follow to the best of our ability. Well, you see, I really love bacon. I love pork. They're not willing to leave those things behind. And there are people like that, We can get like 2 quick videos, and it's going to flow to the Spirit, a few scriptures that came to mind, and Lord's time a fine lesson. At first, when I seen this video, I thought it was like, her pet, salamander or whatever. But you'll see.
Walk away, you turn me on like a light switch. I'm gonna walk away, you turn.
So you see just how nasty these heathen nations are, and also 2/3 of our people, because you have Jake that'll eat crocodile and alligator, shark fins and all sorts of just wicked things that we're not supposed to be eating, man. We have a dietary law that we're supposed to keep to the best of our ability, and you have Jake just disregarding it. All the laws done away with. You have our people that will go to church, right? And after everything's done, they interpret, one scripture, they sing for 45 minutes, and they call it, and they go out back and, sell pork sandwiches and eat it. These people are through, man. But it's just a quick lesson going to, the dietary law that we have that we're supposed to keep, to the best of our ability. But, you see a lot of videos of just Jake eating random things that, you would not even think of eating, man. The next one.
Hey guys, welcome back to Keith Eats. I'm here at A+ Crab.
You can tell this guy's fruity, man. But either way, this Jake just loves seafood, man, especially crab, lobster, oysters, all these different animals that we shouldn't be eating at all. Also they have jobs to do in the ocean, and they're bottom feeders, first off.
I was
Especially this Jake, man. This dude's in love with this freaking crustaceans, man. Just look at this. 2/3 of our people gotta go, man. Gotta go. And you'll warn our people that we're not supposed to be eating certain things. We're supposed to stay away from it. Well, you see, I don't really feel like we should, just giving themselves excuses, to back out of, what they have been told, But let's get to scripture, a quick hit, short lesson to the Spirit. Ezekiel 4:13 says, "And Yahweh B'Shem El Shaddai said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them." We just have these devils mixing up animals together and put into food. Recently, I wasn't recently, but I believe a year back, Subway, came out and their tuna wasn't really tuna. They checked the DNA. It wasn't even. I don't even think they pinpointed what exactly it was. You know, fast food places. You know, not really even food, man. Because you have people doing tests, you know, on YouTube of how long, you know, the burger can sit out and see if it'll catch mold or whatever. And someone locked it behind, like kind of like glass or whatever. Oh, it's like, yeah. But, you know, see if it catch mold, to see if it would age, you know, and it was perfectly fine throughout. I forget exactly how long the test was, but it was for a long time, you know, and it's probably still going to this day. You know, and you just mainly have our people also just eating unclean animals. You know, pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, catfish. You know, a lot of our people are not willing to give up those things, man. And those are, you know, just really simple things to, you know, just to stop it with, man. You know, because if you truly fear how much you must shine and the consequences and things that you do, you know, you want to drop it right away. You know, because when I first came to this truth, you know, I realized, you know, we had a dietary law. We weren't supposed to eat pork. You know, I dropped it. I dropped it instantly, man. You know, but you also gotta look at the ingredients and things that we eat or, you know, may have eaten before. You know, to check if there's pork in it. You know, certain candies, gummy worms, gummy bears. You know, that gelatin is boiled cartilage, man. But continue on this book of Leviticus, chapter 11. It doesn't go into the dietary law and the clean and unclean animals that we can eat and not eat. But it says, and Yahweh spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them. But it says, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. So list off the animals that we can eat and not eat. But you can go into this for yourself also. But you're just going to, you know, skim through it. Not going to get the whole thing. But it says, whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, they shall not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof as a camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean unto you. You know, you have freaking gook. Gotta be careful with my words. And you have Moabites, Chinese, Japanese, you know, eating cats and just dogs. Which they hold like a festival, and I believe it's China or something. You know, a dog festival or whatever, where they just cook and eat dogs, man. You know, there's videos of people, you know, you have Edomites trying to save the dogs that are over there. You know? Nasty, man, nasty. But it says, and the coney, because he chewed the cud, but he divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And you're also going on here, and this is the main thing that, main problem that Jake just doesn't want to give up, man. It says, in the swine, though he divide the hoof, and he be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Jake just loves pork, man. Especially, you know, lobster, crustaceans, oysters. Now people are through, man. You even have him eat an alligator, man. An alligator. Sharks. You know? Octopus. Our people are finished. And, hey, especially these nations. Why do you think, you know, hurricanes and earthquakes are going, you know, tsunamis going on over there in, you know, China and you know, near those different nations? You know? They're getting judged. But you can go and read this for yourself. But, you know, we have a dietary law that we're supposed to keep to the best of our ability. But it's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17 through 20, because you have a lot of people that will say, oh, the law's done away with. You know, we don't have to follow the Old Testament. The Old Testament's done away with, this and that, which completely just makes no sense at all. It doesn't, you know? Yahweh Shai is referenced, you know, multiple times in the scriptures in the Old Testament, man. You know? That light guidance out of Egypt. You know, that chariot. It was Yahweh Shai, man. And, you know, multiple other examples, you know, in the scriptures. But Matthew chapter 15, chapter 5, verse 17 through 20. Think not that I am come to destroy the law, is Yahweh Shai speaking. We'll just get the full chapter, actually, see if it shows red text or not. Okay. Let's see. It's not showing it. But yeah. Continue on, says, think not I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I'm not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So if the if the Old Testament is done away with, right? The Dietary Law is done away with, then why is Yahweh saying he's coming to fulfill it? He's not coming to destroy and do away with the law. I mean, it's clear as day. But it says, verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. What's that mean? Man, yawn too much. But it says, whoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be great in the kingdom of heaven. You also have a lot of, over-righteous Israelites that are in this truth, thinking that you're able to keep the law to 100%, which is just not possible. Not to go too far off topic, but it says, continue on. But it says, for I say unto you that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter in the kingdom of heaven. So Yahweh came not to destroy the law, but to fulfill it. So it completely destroys that whole doctrine that Yahweh is, it's like that the Old Testament is done away with. It just doesn't make sense. If it's done away with, then why is Yahweh coming to fulfill it? It's clear as day. Let's see, it's actually this. John chapter 14, verse 15 says, if you love me, keep my commandments. Get people saying, they'll get asked, do you believe in God? They'll be like, oh yeah, I love God. I love the Most High. Then they go on and eat pork, go on and be homosexuals. They go on and break pretty much everything, the law, statutes, commandments, And that's ultimately is Christians for you, man. You learning nothing, you're getting led astray. As Scripture says, let the blind leaders lead the blind. But if you love me, keep my commandments. Ask Jake, about the scriptures or, what sin is. They can't tell you. It's like these Christians, they can't tell you, man. They say, oh, I love the Most High. I love God. And you ask them if they're keeping the commandments. You see, are you keeping the Dietary Law? Well, I mean, come on. But it's Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26. Take this off the charger. But it says, for if we sin willfully after that we received the knowledge of the truth, there made no more sacrifice for sins, which is just pretty just plain and simple. If you're sinning willfully after you receive knowledge of the truth, after you have been warned and told what you have been doing is wrong, and you continue on to sin and do whatever you want, thinking you have no consequences, you're gonna be held responsible for your actions, man. And this comes in many different things. You warn Jake that we have dietary law, right? That we're not supposed to take part in these heathen customs, these pagan holidays. Well, you see, I'm doing it for the kids. It's not really about that. I'm doing it for myself. Always trying to come up with an excuse to just wiggle around, the things that Yahweh has set up and the way he does things. You're not going to wiggle around that, man. You sinning willfully and knowing the truth, knowing what you're doing is wrong, knowing that you have been warned, and you continue to do it, well, guess what? Now you're through. You're held responsible, and that blood won't be covering you. Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget the law. I will also forget thy children. So our people are completely just destroyed and brainwashed, man. I mean, you see right here, it's, Jake is obsessed with this. I used to, as an example in one of my lessons, going to the unclean foods, the dietary law that we have. You know, and this Jake is just literally in love with with this unclean beast, man. Especially freaking these Moabites or, you know, Ammonites, man.
Walk away, you turn me on like a light switch.
I mean, just look at that. It's literally not food. Like, man. But Zechariah 13:8, now I'll close out, don't drag too long. But it shall come to pass in that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So 2/3 of our people will be destroyed, which ultimately got this because I just got 2 examples of 2 Jakes, you know, eating unclean things. And ultimately, even if you warn Jake, you know, a lot of them, you know, continue to disregard the warnings and not take heed to them. You know, because ultimately they don't fear Yahweh Shema Shai. They don't have that fear. You know, because they're going to the Christian churches. Oh, you can come as you are. You can continue to eat pork. The law is done away with. You know, do whatever you want. You know? But when it comes to Yahweh Shema Shai, it's serious, man. You know? Nothing. He is nothing to be played around with, man. You don't want to smoke from the Lord, man. But, you know, it's pretty much it on the lesson. To be a quick hit. Going to we have a dietary law. It's, you know, going back to the book of Leviticus. You can go back into yourself and read it. But it goes into the unclean beasts and the clean beasts that we can and cannot eat. You know? But also, you know, it's mainly important to also look at the ingredients and the back of things, especially during the Sabbath, you know, and the Passover. You know? The feast of unleavened bread. You know, devil's putting yeast and then drinks and things that we eat. So yeah, you got to be, you know, super, you know, on point with these, looking on the back of the ingredients, man. You know, because these devils make it, you know, nearly impossible for us to keep the high holy days and to, you know, keep the laws. You know, that's why you see them putting pork and just unclean things and things that we eat. You know, which actually, yeah, I can read one more time. Ezekiel 4:13 says, "And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them." So, the defiled bread, man, which is, you know, pretty much, you know, chicken, cow, you know, Esau, the devil, injecting steroids into them to give a bigger portion. I mean, these devils got to go, man. But once again, don't want to drag the class too long. Lord want to hit the point, and you got some edification out of it. I do want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashim Kakadash, that one the apostles, and also of great male self teaches his truth. Peace and blessings, hope like Israel, and shalom. See you next one.